you. Well, the state had its worst day in terms of deaths from the coronavirus. The Indiana State Department of Health confirms 42 more deaths, bringing the state total to 245. They also report a 7% jump in positive cases with 408 new cases. There are now more than 6,300 Hoosiers who have contracted the coronavirus. There are still 3 of the state's 92 counties with no positive cases. Those are Benton, Perry, and Pike counties. Dr. Anthony Fauci was on the Today Show this morning emphasizing that Americans need to continue to practice social distancing.
As you can see, the deaths, the number of deaths and the cases that we're seeing right now are really validating what we said, that this is going to be a very bad week on the one hand. But on the other hand, as you can see, there are some glimmers of hope, particularly when you look at the situation in New York, where the number of hospitalizations, requirements for intensive care and intubation over the last few days have actually stabilized and starting to come down.
Dr. Fauci also says he believes the number of deaths in the U.S. will be far below their original projections of 100 to 200,000. We'll take a look at these lines. An unemployment office in Florida, and it's telling the story here. 6.6 million more people filed for unemployment benefits last week. Add that to the 6.9 million the week before. There are now 16.8 million people who have filed in the last 3 weeks. Analysts expect those numbers to keep climbing as many Americans are having difficulty getting those benefits because of crashing websites, clogged phone lines, and long lines at unemployment offices. Well, grocery store workers say they have to stay on the job to help the community through this crisis, but it does put them in danger. NBC's Sam Brock shows us how some are protesting and asking their employer to give them more protection.
At a time when cities and states are on virtual lockdown, making sure people can get food and other groceries is essential, but now increasingly risky.
I didn't sign up to work in a grocery store to put myself in danger. Like, that's not what someone signs up. Even a doctor or a nurse kind of signs up for taking on this heavier role of caring for the community.
But that's the role these vital workers have been thrust into, making on average $29,000 a year for men and $22,000 for women. Many, like Marianne Leon, are scared that not enough is being done to protect them.
We do have gloves, which, are going as fast as they're coming in. But we ran out of hand sanitizer pretty early on.
Protests popping up this week in Philadelphia and Boston, where supermarket workers demonstrated 6 feet apart. The pleas for help coming after at least 5 grocery employees have died in recent weeks from the coronavirus. That includes Leilani Jordan, a 27-year-old in Maryland, and Wando Evans and Philip Thomas, who both worked at a Chicago area Walmart.
I'm hoping that, of course, that no one else dies.
Evans' family now filing a wrongful death lawsuit against the chain, saying managers failed to alert employees that other workers were sick. Walmart responding in a statement, the 2 men hadn't been at the store in more than a week, adding in part, "We took action to reinforce our cleaning and sanitizing measures." Walmart is among the major chains right now ramping up their protective measures. In some stores, you'll find one-way aisles. A growing number of grocers also restricting the number of people inside at one time and supplying employees with more PPE when available. Supply chain workers are being impacted too. Several meat and poultry plants reportedly temporarily suspending operations after employees became sick. Many grocery store workers hoping to avoid the same fate, calling upon their employers to take more precautions.
Now, we've talked about what companies are doing, but as far as what shoppers can do, obviously keep 6 feet between you and the person in front of you. Don't go inside if you're sick. And be really careful with your PPE, the masks and gloves. Don't leave them behind in shopping carts or in parking lot areas, because at the end of the day, it's employees who have to pick that up. And we know that the virus can live on those surfaces for days. In Miami Beach, Sam Brock, NBC News.
After losing her husband and son to COVID-19, family and friends are keeping a close eye on an Indianapolis woman who just learned she also has tested positive. These pictures show Dorothy Farrow with her husband. Well, church members surprised Dorothy with a pop-up praise song outside her home. They're concerned that doctors might have sent her back home knowing she has COVID-19. Well, today in Zionsville, neighbors are having a twist on a block party. It's a porch party. Carlos Diaz shows us how the part of this event is aimed at showing support for healthcare workers.
Thursday night, a big night in Zionsville. It's people getting in touch with people from a distance, correct?
Exactly. We are hosting the first ever Porch Party Zionsville. So we are inviting neighbors all around Zionsville to have their own porch party at their own house. So we are emphasizing social distancing, order from our local restaurants, and have a party on their own porch.
So this is a great idea. Did a Zionsville resident come up with this?
Yes, a Zionsville resident named Keith Burton approached the town.
Hi everybody, my name is Keith Burton and I'm sitting on my porch. The porch was where a number of neighbours and myself had the idea of, wouldn't it be great if we could get everybody out from the town on the porch at the same time. During this time we're also encouraging everybody to support local businesses by ordering a meal from one of the many great restaurants we've got. So we'll see you from your own porch Thursday night, 6 p.m.
So what do you hope to accomplish with this citywide porch party?
Number one, we want to be careful about maintaining the stay-at-home order as issued by the governor. But at the same time, we want to be able to give back to our local restaurants. We're also encouraging at 7 p.m. for people to join in what we're calling a clap for our carers. This is an opportunity for everyone to come out on their front porch and to give a round of applause for the people on the front line right now that are working really hard. We'll have some surprise appearances by Zionsville Police Department and Zionsville Fire Department.
Amanda, I'm putting it on you right now. When this is all over, I think Zionsville needs to have a traditional porch party where people can go and hug each other.
I love that idea. I think we can make it happen. And then you'll come back to me and we'll do another interview.
I like it. I like it. Good stuff.